Well, hello. Well, good. I don't know what time it is. It's 11. For me, it's a good morning because I worked last night. So it's good morning. And as usual, my queens are late. My cousin Stacey B. I hope you just heard me say that. Anyway, I want to play a little snippet before we get started because a lot of things happened uh, on this episode. Okay, y'all have to forgive me. It's freaking hot as Hades. I'm in Texas. We're on triple digits. So if you happen to hear a word or noises, understand it's burning the hell up. Okay? All right. Now, let me get this together.
Woo, child. I could tell upon walking up on him, I was walking into some BS. Ashley was in her crouched down, linebacker stance.
Not linebacker.
Rita was propped up. I knew it was about to be some mess. I didn't tell you anything about your husband. I asked you about him. What you asked me? We were sitting there at the lunch, Ashley. Seriously? Okay, what did you ask me? We were talking about infidelity, and you was like, I've heard rumors. I said, well, if it's not a deal breaker, you like, so I said I've heard rumors, or you said everybody knows about Quick. You said, but you told Monique everybody knows about Quick. We were in a conversation as friends, yes. I've heard things about Quick in the DMV. So that makes it true? So I didn't say it was true, Ashley. No, she didn't say that. Thank you. Like the energy from the conversation we had, I felt like the lunch was just like ambush. And we had conversations about my husband and it was ambush. Arena and I did not ambush Winter. Tasha and Winter ambushed me. I should be upset. Can we start at the beginning? When I walked in, it was literally like, you're aggressive, and I told you I apologize if you were hurt. But Ashley, that was afterwards. No, that was not. This was the very beginning of the conversation, Winter. I do not know what's going on that half out of head of yours, but you're not telling the truth right now. I'm not. I can't do anything I would have.
Did you say half side?
No, I'm not. So wait, why are we screaming? I'm trying to you're a liar. That's why you're screaming. You're a liar. I've been in your presence twice, barely at her podcast, and then I felt like you gave a lot of heat at the dinner, which I addressed. So let's stop there. What you addressed, and what I said to you was that I apologize if I made you feel some type of way. And you did. I will give you credit. And I thought that was, I don't need you to give me credit. I thought that was the end of it. Are you finished? May I address that, please? Now you may. When I went to dinner with Raina, she says, do you think the situation with Ashley and you is resolved? That was just a general conversation. But there was nothing left to resolve. In the lunch, I was like, y'all were done. I addressed my issue. I would have asked you that today. I feel like you play both sides. How do I play both sides? I don't know if y'all are having conversations like Monique and I talk. We're not having conversations. So then why did you bring up whether or not we're resolved or not the lunch? You said, do you think things are resolved with you and Ashley? And I said, well, what is there left to resolve? That's because I can tell that you're still not the way you should be. How should I be? You were still having a little attitude about Ashley. What in the ghetto gala is happening right now?
We're going to start right there with the ghetto gala. Children, word today is ghetto. This is Lee with the T's word. But she said ghetto gala. All right. Let me go ahead and break my queens on. Welcome to the stage. We got E. Nicole, the girl with the voice.
Hey.
Can't touch it.
Hey, y'all.
All right. Coming to the stage, my YouTube niece, the cutest thing on the planet. Lee with the T's in the building.
Hello.
Okay, now I'm also introducing some other beautiful queens. We got Exactly Erica, and I want you guys to please check out these channels because these are also new mentees of mine, and they are awesome in everything and all these things are the things. We got Miss exactly Erica in the building. Hello, Mama.
Hey, hey, what's up, party people?
Oh, I love that. We got Miss Sheila in the building. Come through with face and hair. Hello.
How you all doing, ladies?
Hold on, let me do this right. Yerp. We got Goody. I don't know why I said that 3 times, but I love it that way. It's in the building.
Yeah. Oh.
And I got a surprise for y'all next weekend, but that's gonna be next weekend. But anyway, and I'm not gonna tell you. Moving on. I'm sorry, I wanted to say that. It was eating me up inside. Welcome, guys. I know you all watched the episode, and I know you heard the clip. But first, I want my recap. Uh, Leave with the T to give us a little quick recap of what is going on in the DC.
Okay, so let's see. So pretty much I'll save the blowout for last. So Raina and Jason, they have a house in Southeast DC and they trying to renovate it and sell it. That's what I've come to realize. They get into an argument and they get into it because Raina's still pissed off about the selfie thing and at the selfie event, and Jamie acting a fool because it's shit going wrong at the club. Perfectly fine. Let's see. Jason, first of all, we need to let me stop right there and say happy birthday to Jason. His birthday was Friday. Birthday party was awesome. So
Shout out to the Tylers, of course. And yes.
So can y'all hear me? Okay.
You going in and out a
So
little bit,
his birthday party was Friday, and then he got accepted into the Doors program that we've been waiting to hear back. So he finally got accepted into that, and Jamie is learning to take the leash off of his kids and learn that they're adults and all of that good shit, and then it's the blowout of Winter in her delusion versus Ashley and Arena, which that was toxic. That whole fight was very much toxic. And then Monique is trying to fix the situation and it just keeps getting worse. The end.
Yes. First of all, I want to start out by saying thank you for the recap. And I wanted to start with my I gotta find something because goody is the one I come to. I really want to get down and insert it in my brain. You know what I mean by that? When I use all my brain parts to, you know what I'm getting at. But I want to start with you, Goody, because do you think that Monique played a part in this wonderful toxic, as my niece says, situation?
No, I think that Winter relayed the events. She relayed what happened incorrectly. She was not ambushed, and you cannot be ambushed when you invite people out. If you recall, before Ashley could even get her first little sip of drink, it was like you were aggressive, just as Ashley said. Um, Her idea that Raina asking if her and Ashley were good is also a little off because that's random conversation. That's not like, oh, we was talking about you and Ashley don't seem to be good. So the way Winter told the story, the way she was telling it made it sound like the brunch was a hot ass mess, and it wasn't. And Monique being her friend and trying to merge these friends and get these friends together. Shut up, Biscuit. Trying to get these friends together, she tried to resolve the issue by trying to first understand why they would ambush and jump Winter at this brunch. She didn't understand because Winter didn't explain it correctly. So I don't think she.
I will. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think it's a little delay. I hate that, but I'm gonna get it. But no, I agree 100%. Sometimes people don't understand that when you explain something, it can hit somebody in a way, and if you explain it incorrectly, it can go left, and you may not have, that not have been your intent. But when you explain, you got to be as my boss would say, you got to have the details. It's a devil in detail. That's some real stuff. Because if you just like saying a narrative, that person might go out thinking, well, darn, did they drag out coming to her and then you go come to your friends and family like, look, I don't know what happened, but look, my girl said y'all just straight dragged her. What happened? Anybody would do that.
She made it sound like it was lit. She made it sound like they was, and that's why I know I've been hearing rumors about your husband. She made it sound like it was a very escalated back. She made it sound like what happened at the photo shoot, the photo booth party, is what happened at the lunch, and that wasn't the case.
Yes.
Like Ashley tried to leave it on some peaceful terms.
I agree with that also. Sheila, what do you think about the part where Giddy just brought up was a good point? Because she keeps on digging at her husband. There's a respect that I'm not saying that you have to like me or anything like that. When it comes to me myself, I'm saying this personally. You don't have to like me or anything. But when it comes to my personal life, like the person I love and care about, whether it be my husband, boyfriend, whoever it is, the person that's in my life at that moment, children, money, all these things, that's a no. So for you to come across that barrier where I feel like you're constantly making digs at my husband, and this is not saying that I'm promoting violence, but baby, it would have been a few times past that it would have been like a beep, go to commercial break. Because how many times you gonna say my husband's name? How many times you gonna make some kind of implying something? I want to get your take on that.
No, I mean, I completely agree. First of all, I feel like how should I say, all the heat that Winter is getting, it was basically because Winter came in exposing herself, exposing all her her relationships with her husband. So she kind of put the negative energy out there in the beginning. So now the ladies have been responding to her. Now, has it been a good response at times? No, it hasn't. But at the same time, she seems like she wants to dig at DJ Quick. She wants to take shots at Jamie. And I'm not understanding why. I mean, I think it's so very inappropriate that anytime something happens with Winter, which I do think Winter initiates everything that happens to Winter, because her mouth to me is reckless. But when she does initiate this and the ladies respond, her response is always, oh, well, your husband, oh, you talking about fun side, oh, your husband, oh, he's at the outside, sleeping. It's just, I think it's just really inappropriate from Winter side. And I think, to me, Winter is playing a bitter fifth wheel on this episode and on the whole series. That's my response. That's how I feel.
Nicole, what you think, Mama, about all of this? Actually,
I think that there is a very fine line between dumb and stupid. And while I don't think that she's dumb, I think that she possesses some stupidity because she knows what she's doing. And I'm talking about Winter. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Mhm.
She's trying to rile somebody up, but then when they bite back, it's a problem.
Mhm.
Don't start none, won't be
mm,
none. Have a seat.
mm-hmm. I like that. Don't start none. It won't be
I
none, my
completely
people.
agree. We don't
Miss
want them
Erica, what
starting.
you think about this? I want to hear Erica and I'm sorry. Were you still talking, baby? I'm sorry. What'd you say? I'm so sorry. Did I interrupt you? What'd you say?
Oh no, I was just
Oh,
saying
thought
that
I, okay.
she don't want that heat. That's it. That was all I said. Winter don't want.
Oh yeah, the smoke, the
Yeah,
smoke.
she don't. Okay.
Yeah, if y'all remember, please throw the smoke in the chat. Miss Erica, what did you think about this? Stacey, come back.
I think that one Winter, I mean, everybody's going to give their version of the truth. So that's what she took to Monique. You know what I'm saying? And I think from the very beginning, she knew or she assumed, or part of the reason why she said it was because she knew Monique was going to go back and tell them. Like, obviously, if I say, oh, they were ambushing me, they came at me, and then I'm going to call him Mr. Fun Size or DJ Fun Size, she knew all that was going to get back to them. I think the only part where it got twisted was when Ashley was like, wait, I think she wasn't really ready for the confrontation. So that's when she was like, started almost backpedaling what she said to Monique. And it's like, no, that's how you put it to Monique. And Monique repeated what you said. So
Yeah.
now, that was the part that's kind of interesting because they twisted it to make it seem like, oh, Monique was making it bigger than it was. No, Monique repeated what you said, what you expected her to do.
Mm.
But can I add something?
Uh huh. Because it's more than the twisting, it's the addition of. She also said that she said something about quick, and Ashley said none of that happened. So it's like, you know what you're doing, girl.
Although I agree with you, I do think, however, I was thinking this as we were talking. I think she must either know someone. I feel like she has, I'm not gonna say she has a receipt, but I feel like someone must have come to her or one of her girls or something, because she keeps, like, even more so than Jamie, she keeps going on about, well, what I heard, and if you okay with it, like she has something,
How
like she
how
wants somebody to ask her, what do you know?
Stop dangling the carrot. Stop dangling the carrot in front and hoping that I'll take a bite.
how
That
familiar
is
are
something I
y'all
like.
with the nightlife? Like, how many of y'all like have promote friends who promote really big events, DJ friends? Like, yes, there's always going to be somebody who knows somebody who
Finish,
knows somebody that did
finish these.
something.
Leave the
Always.
secret with them.
That's
I think leave the secret probably adding with that too as
that's
well.
a
Goody.
part of the
Sorry.
game. Like, that's literally a part of the game. This kind of atmosphere is exactly the atmosphere where respectful cheating comes into play. Don't have anybody in my face. When I pull up, make sure that you're not doing anything stupid for me to see. Keep it
You
out
know
of
what
my
to do.
face. Not saying that's what these men are doing, but a 26-year-old, 26-year relationship and a 13-year relationship, sometime in that time, space and time, there was something, because that's the nature of the beast. And
But
these
even
women
in
all
this
know.
lifestyle, though, because it's always going to be people around, we can't control that. It's always going to be a fan base chasing us, men and women, whatever, whatever. It's always going to be people around. But they are solid in their relationship. And it's giving me you're trying to create confusion into a situation that you could not achieve yourself.
Completely agree.
I, I want to ask Lee, who she's young and she knows how to. I call her Queen of DC. I'll say that. So compared to me, who's not even out there, I wanted her to weigh in on this topic, especially what Nicole said and what Goody said about the men they're in this lifestyle where these things is in their face, I guess, so to speak. How do you feel about that, Lee? Welcome, Stacey. Ooh, cute hair.
Stacy, you look
Hey,
cute.
Stacy, you sure do.
Alicia, I don't know if can you hear me?
She probably
Okay.
putting on eyelashes. You know how Alicia give it
Okay.
up on a Sunday.
Well, as I call it, Fancy C. Okay, so
What y'all
hello,
say? What you
cutie.
say? What you say?
Uh,
We was talking about your eye. You let me see your eyelashes. You putting
I
on
don't
I
got. I
said
don't
eyelashes?
have
we
on no
was talking
makeup.
about the
I have no makeup on. I don't have
You
no
look
makeup on.
pretty. She was
not
asking.
you,
Kamisha was
but we was
asking because I know the
yeah.
nightlife. I know entertainment life. There's certain
Well,
things that's gonna happen. I mean, there's always gonna be hangers on. There's always gonna be chicks who either dealt with your man in 1986, 1996, 2006, or even 2017. There's always gonna be something.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
And
Right. Okay.
Winter is trying to weaponize whatever that something is.
Yeah, but my at this point, and what I really didn't like was when she was like, "Do we need to go and find? We need to go and find your proof." And I'm like, I'm with. Listen, y'all. I say this every week. I am with Ashley. Why would I? Why would she said? Why would you do that to another woman? Exactly. If you have the information, don't try to hold it over her head.
Yeah.
But I agree with
right.
Sheila.
Mhm.
Like she's like the bitter friend. Like my marriage didn't work. My
Mhm.
marriages didn't work out. And
Mhm.
they've been married 10, 15, 27, 8 years. And this I got this one little nibble of a small snippet in time of their 28, 20-year relationship.
Mhm.
Uh he out here in these DC streets. Whatever.
Well, what I wanted to ask you, Lee, because like I was telling you, I said I call you the Queen of this sea. So being out in these streets, and even Goody and Nicole weighed in about the guys being in this environment where it's in their face.
Swimming to
So could there be rumors? I'm not. I don't.
Oh
Me
yeah.
myself, I love
there are
people
rumors.
for everything. So I'm
There
No,
trying to
no,
are
no,
find
no, no,
rumors.
no.
some truth in what. Not
I
saying
mean,
that it's true with the rumors, but
It's
there
always
there
going to
there
be
is.
rumors and it's always going to be lies too.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
now I'm not saying that I agree with what went. I don't agree with how Winter presented. Oh, there's rumors.
I don't.
Right.
But
Mhm.
y'all know me, I keep it transparent. In all honesty, there are rumors. Now it's up to the person to determine if that rumor could be deemed true or not. But that's that. Now I've been around Quicksilver multiple times since this show has aired. I don't see anything. And when there be some, sorry, excuse my French, there be some bad bitches where we be at. So
Right.
I don't see anything. There ain't a whole bunch of ladies like there are a whole bunch of ladies around when we are in the DJ area, but there ain't a lot of, you know, women just throwing themselves at him. Now that could be when the club closed, but I don't see it when I'm around. That's all that I have to say. But yes, I've heard there are rumors, and yes, they been floating around. But Winter is making it seem like this nigga is out in these streets every day, all day, and he ain't going home to his wife at
Mhm.
all. That's
Right.
how that's how she is portraying the rumors, and that part I don't like.
But you know what the thing is? Even if he was out there every day, all day, Ashley is there with him still. So why do you
Yeah,
care? Work
I,
on what you have that's falling apart.
yeah, because she
And
kept saying
welcome,
that as long.
go ahead, Ma.
Hi,
Hey, Ma.
I
hi
said, welcome,
everybody.
Ma,
She
and
Hey,
kept.
mom.
Stacey, ladies.
Hi, Ma.
Hello.
Hey everybody, listen. I'm trying to get ready, but
Hello.
yes. She said that as long as it's not a deal breaker for you, that's fine. As long as it's not a deal breaker for you, do you want us to go out there and get some evidence? This Winter girl, she is. I think her agenda is to break these marriages. Like my goodness, why is she this bitter?
Wow.
I think
Why is
another
she out here
component.
saying, yeah, telling everybody that, do you want us to find evidence? Nobody has said, Ashley has not talked about infidelities, about her marriage. You are the one who came and told us everything about your failed
Exactly.
marriages. She's
Hmm.
going by what you
Exactly.
said.
Well,
Right.
Another
like I said, when
component
she was
of the thing
here
is,
and I asked her about those things, she, you know, it, it's almost like, again, because I've had these situations that's happened, that's how I'm able to teach. Now, some people can agree with that or not, but that's the stance I was, getting from the interview. Miss Stacy, hello.
hey y'all.
Giving,
It's the thing that
Hello.
we was talking about, Stacy, is that digging at Quicksilver. There's that digging at Quick from the inception, from the first time she saw him. Saw
Right.
Ashley.
I just, y'all,
You all
okay,
right,
so
Mom?
first of all, I feel like shit. I woke up this morning feeling horrible. So I had to pull it together for y'all because I missed the panel yesterday. I wasn't missing it today. So my voice is
I
weird.
can tell.
It's not y'all, it's me. So sorry. And Kamisha, I
I
might
knew
shock your
immediately.
ass. I might shock your ass because I actually watched your interview with Winter. After I watched this
Really?
episode, after I watched the episode last night, I watched your interview with Winter, and I must say you did a phenomenal job of trying to humanize her, but I still feel like she was talking some bullshit, and she needs to hold herself accountable and to the same standards that she holds everyone else to. I think she's completely out of line, and she's totally missing that when she first met Ashley, our first interaction with Winter and Ashley was not Ashley coming at her. It was her saying, "Oh, I know him. Oh, you're his wife." Let's not forget that was the first interaction that we saw with her. Um, and I think that it was really low down of her that to try to bring up, oh well, I've heard things about your husband, and for her to be messy and say it to Monique first as to devalidate Ashley and to make Ashley seem hypocritical. She went ahead and tried to set the tone right there. And honestly, I don't know what Monique was apologizing about, because Monique was like, "Did I do that?" Like, obviously, I misspoke. No, you didn't. I watched it.
Mm.
I watched the clip, Kamisha, that you have, to advertise the upcoming episode. I watched exactly what Monique said. She relayed everything that Winter said. So where's the miscommunication?
Hmm.
He has no
What in the?
accountability.
No, it's one of the comments that I'm confused about. I'm gonna get on track, but I was like, what?
I know what you're talking about. I'm responding now.
Girl, I was like,
What?
Your baby.
so let me say some other eyes on it because I was confused.
Let me come log in so I can moderate.
Yes, please do that. Okay. So, first of all, Stacey, I feel bad because you feel bad. I knew you was like not feeling well as soon as I saw you. It's that Louisiana stuff, baby. Bleed red. But
I know.
no,
I
saw
tried,
that.
I tried to cover up my red.
No, you look beautiful. You look. No, I mean red. We bleed red. Louisiana red. But
Okay.
no, you look beautiful. I just can tell that you don't feel good from the nose or cheeks up. It just looks, So I appreciate you being here whenever you wanna, go rest and whatever. It's not a problem.
Yeah, thank you.
You know that. Yeah. But anyways, I'm happy you're here though. Yeah, you guys making some good points about when you say you watched the interview and you say you feel like she's full, because I do want them to try to show the human side, not just what you see, the reads and all the things on the because Goody says all the time. I want them to feel comfortable enough to be themselves, and then other people in the audience might change their view about how they see them and whatnot. But I told her she's the villain of this season. Is what I told her. You're the you really can't call Ashley. I
This
guess
is weird.
the mean girl.
No, I'm dealing. It's gone.
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we're moderating.
What's happening? Oh, y'all got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. My
Let's
camera, I cannot see myself.
Okay, so I don't know what's happening.
Can you all see me? I
You
can't see
actually
myself.
No,
right now.
you
I don't know.
can't see you at
No, man.
all.
We see.
I'm gonna go ahead and send a prayer. Where's the preacher kid up the top? I need we gonna have to see the prayers. I feel like the devil has moved in through, and we're gonna rebuke it in the name of the Father and the Son. Okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I
didn't
can't
like
see
that.
myself.
Ma,
It's just black. It's just
Ma,
black.
I mean, okay, I don't know, Ma, because we've had it before in the
We can
past.
hear you, go.
Ma,
So
I
let's
don't know what
rock.
to tell you right now.
Do you have your camera turned on?
Look at that. My camera is on, but I cannot see myself.
Hey, Dina.
It's just black.
It's something. Won't you come out if it's bothering you? Just come out and come back in, and maybe just because the street art is actually really funny. But anyway, Goody. I want you to go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to. I mean, I guess we kind of still in the mud and the potatoes, the meat potatoes. I mean, the situation because
So
we get to a point where this argument turns a little. I'm sorry, turns into a almost a scream. Can we get to a scream because it gets crazy? We
it
can turn
does
back
get
around.
crazy because they were over speaking each other, and Raina tried to like oversound them so that they could pipe down.
Over sound. Okay.
Yeah, this is the first because people have been saying, Winter thinks she's better than everyone, and I'm like, how? Why?
How you didn't see that, sis?
And this is the first time I see that she was like, I put on my good shoes to come here. Nobody asked you to put on your good shoes. As a matter of fact, you might have overdressed. Didn't she had like a fur stole over her or some fool? What were you doing, beloved?
Oh Lord have mercy. Because it's what the selfie thing and a meet and greet, correct?
Right, but if it says that it's a selfie situation and a meet and greet for mothers, there were mothers there in dungarees. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, and what do you mean? Like you brought yourself down. I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here.
Right.
You knew that they didn't really want you there. You could have knocked it out.
I think she just didn't want to be there after confrontation, but it's not that she did not want to come. It's after the confrontation and the argument they had. That's when she felt like I don't need to be here.
I'm going to disagree because this was Ashley's event. Clearly, she has a problem with Ashley that Ashley thought was settled. She didn't want to be there because she don't really rock with Ashley. and it was Ashley's event.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't you all feel like at some point Winter knew that all that what she was speaking and all of what she was said was going to get back to Monique, and she was going to have some fire from it? I mean,
I
you
got
That
can't
an
was the
just
answer
walk.
for
intention.
you, Sheila. I just wanted to say that I'm so glad you said that, Sheila, because what it gives me is that she started a lot of fires and she wanted to show up to that event so she could finally look like the victim. But you don't know how to play any of your cards.
Hmm.
Exactly,
Interesting.
exactly.
Interesting.
You
Like, it was
cannot
just a
talk
really
shit
weird
about people
flex.
and
She
think
was
it's
like,
not
"Yo,
going to
you're
come to
talking
you.
about things that you don't know about. No, I'm
Yeah,
talking about things that you told me about ad nauseum, and I didn't want to hear about Scammer Man anymore."
exactly. That's fair
So that was
enough.
the part that bothered her. I think it was the part that bothered her when she said I was bored. Because she almost made it look like she was bored at Monique's events. She was saying I was bored at what you were saying, and I didn't want to hear about it anymore. But the way it was presented, like, oh, she said she's bored.
But the
So,
problem
like
is,
I said, the presentation.
the problem is that most people would want to be known for who they are instead of their errors. Most people would lead with wanting to be known.
Hmm.
Like, that happened to me, and that is a part of my story, but there is so much more to me than that part of my story. Ashley was telling her, "Okay, girl, I don't want to talk about him no more. Tell me about you."
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that
And
what
I
she
don't
I
seems
think
understand
so.
why
for?
she doesn't like that.
Mm-mm.
Because
I
she
don't know
has no
because it
more
seems like to me,
kids.
Winner just want to play victim. She wants to be on this show as a victim, and she wants to be seen like being bullied. I don't see Winner as that. I see Winner holding her own on all terms. She can say
Hmm.
it. So you know what?
Yeah.
Guess what, Winner? You're gonna have to receive what you get from opening your mouth and being having such a large mouth at that.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Well, she
Oh Lord.
said,
Okay, Shade. Erica, what do you think? Well, let
Oh,
it come, Budley. What do you think, Erica,
thank you.
about
It
this?
says
Do you think
hello
that
summer. I can't how I keep
it's cute?
Yes,
Do
summer.
you think?
Summer, not
yeah,
winter.
summer.
Oh,
that.
okay.
What
Uh,
wait,
but
what Ashley say? I don't like winter. I was born in the fall.
Exactly. Scorpio season.
Wait, what happened to Stacy? She's frozen?
hold
Yeah.
on. I think she's frozen. Okay, okay. I think we're a little bit. I know we're a little bit behind as well, so y'all just bear with me. I did ask Erica what does she think about the situation. I'm sure if it
Yeah.
came through because I do feel like we're a bit
Yeah,
behind. Just um,
Roro, you are absolutely right. She doesn't. My
can
whole
I
thing
hear
is
me?
when you moving in these, first of all, she said it multiple times, which she was very contradicting to herself. But yes, DC is all of that big. But you moving in these circles
Mhm.
negatively. So well, you at least you're moving in this circle negatively. And this circle can connect you to another circle. But if you move in crazy in this circle, they ain't gonna want you in the next circle. And
Mhm.
that's as quickly as you can get canceled. So no, we can't hear you, Kamisha.
You are you serious?
Oh, we can hear
Now
you now.
we can hear you now.
Oh my God. Okay,
But
Jesus
yes, I
Christ. Okay,
completely I think I know Roro been in these chats. I believe some time ago when we was doing RTL the first season of DC. I think she said she lived here for a little bit or a short amount of time or something from like that. But she Roro no, yeah. These circles in DC is very small and they overlap.
mm.
So
But
this,
to be honest, that's really how it is in life, period.
yes,
And she's
that's
too
life.
old for the excuses.
I saw something that made me think of her. It was someone posted it. It said, "I don't even see you as a villain anymore, because had I been loving myself properly, we would have never aligned or collided."
So
Mm.
let me go ahead and address this because I definitely wanted to say this. Is it Rivka? So one thing that I didn't like about that comment that she said, first of all, that's a black owned business in DC, and the lady who owns that selfie parlor, she has two of them, and one is in Maryland and one is inside of the mall. Don't because you don't like the atmosphere of an event that you
Mhm.
went to and the drama that you created this drama, go and say, well, I for a party of little kids, as if you don't take selfies or you don't go places for just simply the aesthetics. because there's a whole bunch of places in DC that we just go for. We know the food is trash. We know the food is trash, but we gonna go because there's smoke coming out the drinks and it's on a rooftop and X, Y, and Z. So we can take pictures so we can post it on social media. Don't degrade a black-owned business because you didn't like the atmosphere that you put yourself into, that you created.
Okay.
You created the narrative.
Oh,
Of they attacked me and they bullied me, and then you go to the person that allegedly attacked you and bullied you at your lunch event, and then I don't have time to be in places for little kids, because there wasn't no kids in there. It was a whole bunch of mamas,
and that was the
without their
point of the
kids.
event.
She was the little kid.
So you got that. Sorry, that pissed me off. So y'all go ahead.
Yeah,
I
but
got to start cussing, and it ain't my channel.
but when she was trying to explain herself, hold on 1 second, y'all.
Erica, can you hear me, Mama? I want to make sure.
I can.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I think Winter just she started it, but she couldn't finish it. You know what I'm saying? So she knew Monique was gonna carry it back. That's why she said those things to begin with. But I think she didn't realize that Ashley and Arena weren't going to back down just because she came in their face. So she wanted to be that, because she said, oh, you're blaming the victim or you're shaming the victim. And I think that's the narrative she wanted to paint, but they didn't really let her go down that path. And so that's when she got really stank.
And yeah, because when I said, what about Quick? Ashley was like, as long as none of this, it didn't happen that way. And because it didn't happen that way, when you give it to Monique, and I want us to get to a point where we realize that a bone collector, like if we are recording and we are truly friends, and you know that this whole segment happened where this woman was saying all this ridiculous thing, and you don't come back and tell me, we gonna have a problem. So call it bone collector, call it friendship accountability, but I'm finna tell my people what you were saying in front of these damn cameras. They ain't gonna see it for the first time when these cameras are rolling and they sit in there. They ain't gonna see it at the watch party when we trying to eat little chips and dips. They gonna hear about it before it even show. They're gonna hear about it months in advance.
Love you, Demita.
Oh my God. Confessions is here. Oh my God. My boo thing is here.
I made it for a second.
I was screaming like Arena.
Wow.
Listen, I just want to say this. Arena, first of all, the Tylers, I love them so much. I low-key feel like I just got adopted into their little family. I love her energy. It is the best. It is just positive vibes only. Just I speak highly of.
You can't say nothing bad about her. Like, she is just the sweetest and most prettiest and most cool. Like, it looks like you could gravitate toward her the moment you meet her. She's got that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
She's that girl.
I have a question because when they went to the event for the son, and they said this is the first time they're getting involved. I don't know. Is it the first time they're getting involved with their son's activities?
No, it's the first time they're playing the activity. They go to his games
to see how it feels.
He's an athlete in his field.
Okay.
But this is the first time that they had to actually play what he played.
That,
and let's be clear, I ain't never played no football. And my son played football, lacrosse, he run, he box. I tried the boxing, but
and so when she said
this the thing I'm gonna be the thing I liked about it is the fact that the thing I liked about it is the fact that he's impaired. And so it wasn't just like, for me, I ran track and my son does track and I'm going out there and I've done it before. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I'm saying, when I saw them doing the whole playing and doing the thing his son does, it's not like, myself as a mother where my son ran track and I got on the track and embarrassed myself, but I did it anyway, because he ran track. But them doing this as far as covered, being quiet, it was very intriguing to me. I loved it, to see that, to understand that the struggle is super real. How can you imagine not being able to see, and he is able to function and do the damn thing? I don't know. It was amazing to me. What you guys think? I need to get that cut.
Mm-hmm.
I
What do y'all
really
think?
liked that the entire family went because, of course, like Arena would go and I guess Jamie or whatever. But I like also that the oldest son went, the oldest daughter. I like that everybody, the entire family was there to support. And I thought that was really
Yes.
great because especially as you get older, like when you're in your, 20s and stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, I got stuff to do today. But I like that they took the time to be with their brother.
Well,
I
they had
want
to
to
do
give
it
it
as a
up
show.
for the
Yeah.
big sister. I want to give it up
So
for the big
speaking of
sister.
Brittany, okay, go ahead, Goody, because I was getting
I
ready to
want
say
to give
something.
it up for Brittany. Like she invited her father, who can't put nothing together, over to put something together because she was like, "Yo, I'm running down on you because I don't like the way you was acting when we was at that table. You need to understand that he gonna want to do what he want to do. Who and he's like, who gonna check me? I'm gonna check you. That's my job.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to
Right.
do as an older sister
Back.
for your younger siblings. You're supposed to be like, nah, you
Yes.
did that to me. You ain't doing it to my little sibling. You're not doing it.
Yep.
I'll give it up for
Right.
her. This is the second time she showed up and she
Yes,
showed
she
out
did.
for her
She
brother.
did. Yes, she did.
She
And
definitely got the back.
Jamie accepted it either. He
And,
accepted it too.
and
Even though you can tell Jamie is
he
so
ain't have no
strong,
choice.
he accepted. Huh.
So when she was talking, that's funny that Kamisha, my mama just said that she sounded just like me. When she was talking to Jamie, I'm like, damn, she sounds just like Arena.
This is a
I was
beautiful
like, this
thing
is
to
what
me.
Kamisha be talking about when she be like, you sound just like your mom. I felt it. It was just a random like thought. But yes, I really like how he was just like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to I ain't gonna be able to win this battle.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I like her, but when she said when you argue with your when they argue with the husband, she doesn't get mad. She doesn't stay mad for a long time. Uh, so then I was questioning: do you then resolve issues? And I'm not saying that you stay mad, because I stay mad over here for 4 days and we still don't resolve anything, right? So, but do you then have to come back again? Okay, over and over again for all this because of the same issue?
Depending
Maud,
on
Just
I
the
thought
because
the
just because you
issue.
same
never.
thing. Maud, I thought the same
Mm,
exact thing.
I thought the
Same.
same thing too, actually. I was like,
yeah,
okay, so
I
you
was
just
like,
that's
go
what
how
to
I
do you
dinner.
thought.
resolve anything? Do
Thank
y'all
you. Just
Yeah,
go to
resolve
dinner and you
anything?
don't work it out, and
yeah,
then
and
what?
then you just go for dinner
So
and
y'all
you
are
forget about it.
asking. So y'all are asking whether things go unresolved and just like swept under the
Yeah.
rug.
We
Mm-hmm.
watched
Just
them
because you
resolve
went to
that.
dinner.
Exactly, Dina.
mm-hmm.
But we watched them resolve that. She was
I,
like,
I'm
yo,
gonna
don't
I'm
yell at
gonna
me like
say
Hey, can you? I'm sorry.
I saw
Yeah,
them
you
resolve it. It appeared that they resolved their issue.
there it is.
I'm sorry. Can
I
everybody?
don't
Can
know.
everybody
I
hear
don't
me?
know if it was sufficient to anybody's individual liking, but it seems like
Yeah.
they talked it out, and we don't know what got cut out of the conversation too.
Right.
Well,
But
yeah,
I
I
I
mean,
mean,
think
I
that
think
they
if
have no
they
message when they
resolve,
have a conversation with each other. They get what they need to get out. They may go at it, but they know that they're gonna come to resolve it at the end. They don't ever just leave it like that. They may get back to it at some point, but they come to a point like, okay, we can deal with this for right now. We got this out right now, and they come to a level field together. So I mean, the way they communicate is really dope, even though
I just
they
didn't.
get to where they
I,
get
I,
to.
I did not. I don't know. I found like the argument they were having just because okay you pulled. You were supposed to wait for me, and I was like, I don't know. I was a little bit confused on that one.
the argument was rooted in she had already been frustrated, but even if she were not frustrated, he had his own frustrations and then they collide. She's trying to get closer to the club
right.
and so she doesn't have to walk crazy in her heels. He's like, yo, why you taking so long? And he starts yelling. He's not yelling because she's the problem. He's yelling because he knows that if he lets all of his energy out on her, she's not going to respond in a way that's going to stop him from being able to move in the building he's moving in. And what she said to him and the resolve we heard them come to was, listen, stop doing that foolishness when
Right.
your club situation comes unfurled. Stop
Mm-hmm.
bringing me that energy because I don't need that energy. You going to stop. and don't yell at me in public, because everyone was looking and they was like, what, who he yelling at? And then when they looked closer, they saw you were yelling at me. That's not a good look for me. That's not a good look for you. That's not a good look for us.
Yeah.
Don't do it no more.
Jamie came out of that building putting 20 on a 10. That's what he did. I would say 20 on a 5, but see, Irena was already on a 10 because she had a bad, she had come from a bad event. You understand? So Irena was like already on a 10, and Jamie came out putting a 20 on that 10. That's what happened.
So the thing is, the miscommunication is both of them were having problems before they got to each other, which
exactly.
I'm gonna use my personal experience because that happens a lot. Yeah, that's life. So they hadn't had that time, that one-on-one time to say what the problems were, so they can relieve
What's happening today?
Problem energy
and rebuke it.
I'm telling you, because even me, I cannot see myself. Even
where did you go?
Because I have been struggling.
I cannot see myself.
It's
just black.
And y'all I'm just like, okay, I don't decide. I can't. Okay.
Hey, where are my ancestors? They didn't
here. Right.
Look at you, Ma got something blocking her computer, blocking her camera.
Look at that. Black.
No, do you have something in front of your actual camera?
No, nothing. Oh,
is
do
the
I?
camera turned around?
Are you?
When my
kids are you on your iPad?
They put a sticker over it, over the camera, and I always have to remember to move it off.
iPad.
No, I don't.
You don't ever cover her camera.
Mod, are you? Mod, are you on your iPad?
Yes.
Do you have the case on it?
So
yes, I have the case.
So do you have the back turning camera on or the front facing camera on?
Front.
Yes.
Check.
So Mod, make sure that your camera app is closed, because listen, I'm not saying that I'm an Apple genius or anything, but make sure that you don't have any other applications open that utilizes the camera, because then that will be the reason why you can't use your camera.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and then come back and close all the apps. Okay.
We just want to invite everybody and welcome you guys to listening to the tech ladies, the tech panel today.
Okay, so when you date somebody in IT, you pick up a couple of things. So,
well, I didn't want to give. I wanted to weigh in a little bit on what y'all was saying about when he was talking outside, and Jamie was saying, about there was nobody outside. For me, I wouldn't give a care if one person standing outside. You're not about, or nobody standing outside. You are not about to holler at me and talk to me like I'm a child. I am going to be salty and irritated. I came from my friends staying late. All this was going on, the drama. I got to scream at somebody. I'm too over this. Be the end of every conversation. I'm like, no, ma'am, no, sir, I cannot.
Right.
I just, I understand where she's coming from, but I love the way they made it moved on. But they had to get that out. I love that too.
I love a quick recovery.
Me too.
Yes. It's like we're not gonna dwell on it. We're gonna move on.
Life is short.
Yeah,
You can't be mad at your
the end of it.
What did you all think about what did you all think about Chris and Monique's quick recovery?
I loved it.
I love
I'm here for it. But one thing that Chris said, and I watch Love, and I watch these episodes with my significant other, and so when Chris said, I'm telling you how men think, we don't think as emotional and in depth as y'all do. He looked at me and said he ain't lying, because I don't be understanding why you be mad at me half the time, and then I'd be like, oh, she a woman. This is how they think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. That I was like, oh, okay, well, all right. So maybe I need to I want to say slow my process of thinking down. But Chris, they were vulnerable together, and then he was like, okay, well, I'm trying to explain to you why I'm moving the way that I'm moving, or how I'm reacting. This is why I'm reacting.
Bless you, Stacy.
No, I don't think he yelled at her all the time, bro. I think it was just more so. Listen, that night at the club, it was crazy. So I already knew there was some stuff, not working the way that they needed to. It needed to be going. Bottle service and stuff wasn't doing what it needs to do. I can already tell that it was going to be a disaster. But he didn't know that the experience of what she had experienced at the fun mom time thing. I don't think that he yelled at her. This past on Friday, you can see the way that he look at her and the way that she look at him. I don't think that that's the case. But anyways, the Chris and Monique, I liked that vulnerable moment that they had.
What I loved about it was that you rarely see two people fighting for their marriage. Also, what I love, I do not like anybody to pick me up, but when he went to pick her up, now that's a big man. That's a man going to now a man who could pick me up the way he was finna go pick her up. That man can pick me up.
What? I was like, what?
But you know what I appreciated about that moment too, Goody? I appreciated that he didn't want to be like hovering over her, like he's talking at her while she's down on the floor.
Yes.
Like you could tell that he picked her up, like we're on the same level, and I want to have this conversation with you. The other thing that I really loved about the conversation is that he said what we've been saying this entire time on a panel. Hey Mo, like I know that you want things to happen right now because you've waited so long. Well, I've just come to, acknowledge or learn, of what I need to do and what my process needs to be. And you want me to be there right now, but I feel like I'm progressing and I'll get there. So I appreciated that they had that moment where sometimes we as women we get so frustrated because we might get we're waiting for someone to change or to get on our page, and they might not be there or have that
they ain't even buy the book yet.
Acknowledgement of it. So like right, the fact that he acknowledged it and he said, hey, I'm finally where you need me to be to grow. Let me grow a little bit. Like I'm all in too. And when she was like, well, I could have, if I was gonna leave, I would have stayed there. He was like, well, I would have stayed there too. Like that was just an amazing moment.
What he said was, I'm fighting for it. If you fighting with me, I'm fighting for it. She was like, I'm gonna fight you. I would not fight. And then she started trying to cry, and he picked her up. And while they were talking, did y'all see the picture in the background with them in the bathtub?
That's
right there.
Perfect.
Okay.
It was terms
I have to go get me one of them strong Southern blokes.
They out there. Trust and believe that. The deeper south you go, the bigger they'll be, and softer.
I gotta learn to speak Alabama.
But I will be really happy to see when they get to that point that they both are trying to get to, and truly believe that they will definitely get there.
Yeah.
Because they're
have to give a shout out to the producers, because it was the producers that was like, if this is how you feel, Chris, go in there and tell her. And I think that moment made a big difference because he was like so frustrated, but he wasn't really expressing it to her. And so I don't know if they hired some therapist producers or something, but they gave him some good advice.
I'm glad they showed the production interaction, because I think sometimes you guys, just from my experience on reality TV, I think that sometimes the image is producers are messy or they splicing. And this was the first time you guys seen some of the other interactions that
Lord,
with production, because they do talk to you like that. They be like, well, if that's how you feel, go say it.
Yes, what you all talking about?
We're talking about Chris and Monique and how
I still don't know. I still don't know what the issue is with Monique.
Well, this moment for me, I'm gonna say something. I for a man to lift me up has always been a thing for me, and the fact that she was just at this low point, and like to back what you guys are saying, that he was acknowledging, receiving everything, all of it, and even being vulnerable with her. It was a moment for me. I just really was feeling it when I watched him come over there and pick her up. And I don't care if he's big or he's small, what everybody says. It was a loving way that he did it. Like, oh my God, let me make
Well,
comfort her and
this
just
the first time I seen a pickup that I was like, yeah, I could get with that. That's the first time.
It was
Yeah.
terms of endearment. It was just the way he
It's
looked. He was just
beautiful.
so
It's
endearing when
endearing.
he did.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be another painting. They need to get that painting and put that somewhere up in their house too, because that's a
Child.
beautiful scene right
I was like, oh, they just be with the
this strong,
sexy,
strong
sexy.
arms. Yes, I was like, ooh, can't imagine the makeup, make up.
there. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that was great.
But you want to
It
know
was,
another
baby.
week? Last week we were talking about how Raina had a discussion with Winter, and Winter already weaponized the damn discussion. She
Uh-huh.
already ran to tell that. And I'm one like you're saying you want to be close to these women and you want to get to know them. The first step to that is building rapport. And if this is how you're building rapport, you're doing it poorly.
Oh, come
But
on, Goody.
you know what, Goody, I know you pay attention to like jargon and stuff. But when
Yes.
Winter went back to Monique, she was talking about how they were talking about their husbands being, and infidelity. I don't recall hearing the term infidelity.
No, she didn't.
That's
They
how
did not say
I feel. Like
infidelity. They said rumors.
infidelity, I know for like he sexually
Yes.
cheated on me.
Correct. They said that they've heard rumors. What they said was what any person who has a whole life and is busy will say. I ain't got time to be chasing nobody, reading no DMs, responding to girls and looking for girls in the DMs. I don't have time for that. And if he has time to do that, he better have time to make sure that the people don't come to contact me.
Right.
Period.
Say it.
She never said, they never said, oh, yeah, there's rumors. Okay. There could be rumors about me doing things too, because women don't got no good shake of it. You go out once, look at Carmen. I see Carmen. Somebody got the Ready to Lie IG page. I see
Oh yeah,
Carmen's
for sure.
taking a picture. Everybody got on the wristbands. It's clear that it's an event that she's working. Where Donovan at? I'm like, well, then. As soon as you are in a picture as a woman with somebody, rumors start. So let's say that that's the same for the men. Rumors are going to start.
100%.
But she
Like
already weaponized what Raina told her. She already ran to tell that what Raina told her. It was like Monique just touched down. They just had lunch, you know, and I don't want no man who be falling asleep drunk. The drunk sleeping at the stoplight guy. These men are in
Right.
nightlife. It's going to happen.
Well, I know, and you don't even know if they drunk falling asleep.
They
Hell,
could be tired, which is worse than drunk.
tired. They getting
Oh
home at
my.
like 6 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me? 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. They've been up all night. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But to say things like that and just we can't hear you,
My
confession.
confession. Bye,
we can't hear
mama.
you, mama.
So good to
Oh,
see
she
you.
said
Oh, I
it.
have my mute off. I just wanted to say, come with y'all for a little bit, but I gotta go to this baby shower. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, cutie pie.
All right, you
Enjoy
look
your
pretty.
time.
Confession.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I was rewatching some of the transcript of the conversation between Winter and Monique, and just the way she let it in there, like Monique just sitting like a friend, like I met up with your ladies today. Okay, yeah, they were cool, they were nice, and she gave her a look. It's like you're starting out letting her know there's going to be a shady conversation. It's like it was eating you up inside to say how negative or whatever you thought it was. And to me, I don't know how I would have handled it as far as being Monique in the middle. But I'm not going to assume that my friends are just straight dragging you because something is always like everybody has to side and the truth somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I was
Well,
watching and I feel like she kind of Monique seems so like oh, it was a good conversation, right? Like that.
The only thing about that conversation is that at least Monique should have waited until Winter got there and then share that conversation. Just because
No, because the way Winter gave it to her was like they jumped me. So Monique needed to understand why her friends were carrying on in that
Mm-hmm.
manner without her present. Like, yo,
Exactly.
I got us this deal. We all on the show. What you doing? Like y'all, what'd she say? What word did she use? I
I
forget.
what happened?
What was the word
Last
she
part I didn't hear.
used?
Who?
Winter.
Monique?
They got the drop on her. That's the Ebonic term. You telling
She said
Monique
they
that
ambushed her.
yeah, Ambush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amber.
Ambush got the drop, same thing.
But
But
she made it seem as though she was the one invited to the lunch.
right.
She
Both were lies.
invited them to the lunch. And Ashley was correct. She did seem like she was the one being ambushed by the other two ladies, but I'm assuming it was just off some stuff that Winter had fed to, the other wife that was there. But y'all know I got a problem with it, with her, and just how her story changes based on who she's speaking to. Because truth be told, I don't like how she did Arena either. And then she talking about Arena play both sides. She don't even know you. You just acknowledge that she don't know you like that. What are you
So
talking about?
what's the other side to play? And Lorraine ain't even know they had a problem. She was like, "Wait, me too." Wait,
And
she
then,
said, "I
Right.
dumped her."
but then, also when I watched Kamisha's interview with Winter, and then I came back and watched the show, it was just like she said that she had seen Winter in June or July. She had seen Arena in June or July, some couples thing, and that but how could Arena be like, dang, that's drastic. You done shaved, have your head off. And she was like, well, I've been had my head shaved. But then she was like, well, I used to have a mohawk. So I was just confused because clearly something was, drastically changed about her appearance for Arena to make the comment. So it's like, it just be like so many, like, just
Faces.
Winter will be
There
choosing
are a lot of
violence.
it's
faces.
like so much inconsistency, like surrounding her, that it's
Winter
very
chooses,
confusing for me. It's very confusing for me to follow her.
it's like she chooses violence every single day. Like, I'm gonna get up today and just be violent for no reason.
And she had the nerve. She talking about she wasn't petty, but then she go on and like I said, you go on these interviews with different bloggers, and you dogging everybody the entire time. That wasn't our business whether the man daddy took the Lexus back or not. Like, if you are a saved woman and you're about this movement in life, then why is it every time you are on someone's platform, you are, degrading and diminishing other people?
Why is
I'm
her
not
energy so negative?
right. Why is it always like mine said, why you always hit the violence button? Like, talk about, promote yourself. Well, she does talk about herself a lot. Let me stop saying that. But I mean, like, speak positivity, like your
I know.
views on things. Like, it just like, it's so confusing to me.
And she does it with a smile all
So
the time. She does it like she smiles. Even her confessional, she's
yes, she does.
Yes.
she does it with a
It's like,
smile, like a smack on her ear.
Look,
Like,
that little
oh,
the wet hair, the yellow dress that looks weird, and the wet half cut hair is problematic. They need to get some
why? No,
professional.
the dress was cute.
And
she color
So,
hair. Oh,
I don't know what's happening there. She's like, oh, the ghetto gala. Because you
Again,
supposed
I
to
mean,
be
I just
above
think,
ghetto.
like we just said, like Stacy said, pretty much Winter is her own problem. Winter needs to get out of her own way. You understand? This is what I see. I'm just seeing show after show after episode. It's being how should I say, her in her way. Winter is just always in her own way. She's always starting something. She's always playing.
Mm.
You understand? You can't be the victim and the instigator all the time. And she's determining, she's the one that's showing her narrative. She's the one making her own storyline.
She wants to be relevant. She wants to stay in the show, so she's gonna do everything she can so that we all be talking about her. Listen, we've all been talking about Winter,
And that's fine.
right?
And that's what's going on.
well,
But you're gonna get the
you know
fire.
what? I told her she got, what's Marlo? I said
Mm-hmm.
she's Marlo, but she didn't take two
I want to
10 years, however
piggyback
long it
off
was,
what
to get
Sheila
her
just
feet.
said,
She
though.
wanted her feet too early
Go ahead.
because to be honest, even she said that she's booked and she's like, She's booked and she literally is getting getting hit up interviews. Obviously, she said on the live because of the fact, I guess this is the villain or how she came in, or people just intrigued about her or whatever. I mean, I'm
And
not
that's
sure what I think
fine.
about that. I'm like,
That's fine.
I mean,
But with
I want to
fame comes
piggyback off
smoke.
what she was
Go
saying.
ahead. Yeah.
Enica, Enica, what you were saying?
I wanted to piggyback off what Sheila just said about her being in her own way. She need to get out of her own way. But she also needs to get out of other people's way because this is what really makes me angry about her because by all means believe in whatever higher power you want to believe in, be whatever denomination, be whatever belief, whatever, but it's people like her that will make you not want to turn to a higher power. It's people like that who conduct themselves like that. It's like if this what you do at your
That,
church, I don't want to go to church
yeah,
there.
that's true.
If this is who you pray to, I don't want to say that prayer.
Preach.
Like pick who you want to be. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Absolutely.
get that.
Well, like I said,
I
it's
get
like I just be so confused because, and I'm saying it so many times, Kamisha, I've seen your interviews before, but I just got to give you credit where credit is due because you really do a good job. All of you ladies do a really good job of having us open up to y'all and saying things and in saying things. Some people are gonna love you and some people aren't gonna fool with you, and that's fine. That's what we open ourselves up to. But like one of the things that I learned from it was that she said that you asked the question, Kamisha, like was it that you and Kevin were originally going to be on the show on this show because it was couples, and she said yeah, they had since in their interview they were progressing, but then it was 6 months in, or she had just filed for divorce or something. It was something strange, like something that didn't make sense. So I was like, so was your marriage only 6 months long before you filed for divorce? Like it was not making sense to me at that time. So then she said she removed herself, like she removes them from the show because she didn't want to come on the show with all of that drama. But then she's still on the show. So again, I'd be like, girl, what? So
Yeah.
you just so you're stomping out his opportunity because it probably would have been a good contrast to see divorcees on the show, but you didn't want him to shine and you didn't want anybody to contradict your story.
Right.
Hmm.
I think the piece that
I
we
agree with
missing,
that
Stacey, is
too.
not making sense.
No,
Make
well,
the
look,
statement.
we kind of all said, yeah, it's a missing piece. A lot of it. That's why I kind of, even though the members kind of asked me to ask those questions, I was kind of not digging hard, but just digging a little because I was feeling like, okay, she answered this question with a smile, but I wanted to see if she's gonna, like I would say, did you not think they had a right to ask you that because I was being really honest where I said you're putting things out there, like you do help people in a relationship, all these things. Now, of course, we didn't hear the other part where you just stopped doing that. But I said, anybody in your presence or anyone's presence are going to ask the type of question. I said, do you think that's right? She said, yes. She just said she didn't like it was the way she said it, Ashley. So that's where the beef started with her. It wasn't the questions, it was the way she said them.
Mm. Mm.
So that's just like with her saying that Raina is playing both sides. She thinks that Raina playing both sides because she asked. She said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I don't want to talk about Kevin anymore." On the other hand, she was like, "Hey, so what's going on with you and Ashley?" I don't consider that being playing both sides. She's asking a question. She's expressing herself saying, "I don't want to talk about it anymore." I don't see that. That's examples that she gave to Monique when she was saying when she plays both sides.
Hmm.
But I think that she's deflecting though. Like she's blaming everybody for traits she has, not traits that they possess.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Erica, what you think, Mama? It is.
Tell him, E. I completely agree. She's deflecting. Tell him, E. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, I agree. She's deflecting. I think she wants to. She was going hard to get this victim the whole blaming the victim thing. And I think that's what she's really trying to put out there. And it's interesting to find out this whole thing about they were going to be on there as a couple, and then now that she's going through the divorce, is this like her way of staying on? Well, we all have said this. This is her way of staying on the show, is sort of creating this "I was so wronged" storyline.
Mm-hmm. I told you she created her own storyline.
Okay, Lee,
but she's created a storyline, and she's expecting other people to not have an opinion of it, or to voice their indifferences. That's what happens in reality TV. I knew when I signed up, some people were gonna love me, some people were gonna hate me, and that's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine.
Right.
And what we see with Winter is that when she's not your cup of tea, she goes really, 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 really low and starts attacking you. But she disguises it in a way where I'm the victim and I'm just voicing this. First of all, stop coming for these women's husbands because you don't have one. Let's start there.
Yeah.
One more time for the people in the back.
With Quick and Jamie, you ain't said shit about nothing you heard about them. No, you just went back and said something to Monique because you thought Monique was gonna go and gossip about it first. But then just to fill it up. Because you thought Monique was gonna have your side and say, "Oh yeah, I heard that too." Really, that's what I think. But Monique didn't hear anything. And then guess what? Well, you don't come outside anyway.
Right.
Because you be in the house. But when you outside, I thought you was in the church, man. What you mean you outside? You outside, Ma?
Because I said but that's exactly why I said she's deflecting and putting her attributes onto other people. No, you play both sides. You in the streets and you in church. But you can't play both sides.
Okay,
like you can be a real person, a well-rounded person.
And I know the preacher there. So going to church or being religious or whatever, does that mean they cannot? I'm just asking the question.
What I just said was you can be a well-rounded person. Like I believe in God, but I'm me. I don't judge nobody. I don't condemn nobody. I don't talk down to nobody. I don't judge them for their situations. I believe in God and I'm gonna live my life. He knows who I am and he meets me where I'm at. She claims church and feels that she can point her finger at people and pick them apart.
That's
you don't get to do both.
And furthermore, if you are in the church, even if you deeply rooted in God and you got your foot in the club on a Saturday and you going to church on Sunday, the thing you ain't finna do if you a Christian walking like Christ is to come and tell people what you saw Saturday night up on Sunday. With the gossiping and all that, you could be outside.
Exactly.
But then why do you have to lead with you are in the church? Does that make you any better? Why does she have to lead with that? Why can't we just see that she's God feel? Why?
Because she wanted to get her money from those people, but it's not working out.
Yeah. No, I think it's the fact that maybe she thought that. I'm not gonna say I presume that she thought that, but coming into the situation that, wait a minute, she has other people in her lives, other friends. I'm the one without the husband. Then a little odd man out. Maybe if I throw a little salt here, she might drop him. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is because
ain't no God in that.
It's a bit off-putting as far as the negativity that's coming from every conversation because she does pick people apart. As I watched this last episode, every time someone says something, well, I think that she should get her foot off his neck. So if you're not a relationship, guru or whatever, but you're constantly giving relationship advice, and this is just me painting up advocate regardless interview or not, to be real. You're constantly giving advice about a relationship, but yet you don't do that. So if people are asking the question, they obviously are seeing you do that and saying, oh, are you a relationship therapist or do you have? I mean, I'm just saying that you're also recommending. Well, I think you should go see here. Most people are coaches or therapists. They do things like that. If that's not your whatever, why are we acting like we're doing that? And you question why people ask you that question.
Yeah, because we don't know what Winter is. We're 4 issues in. Is she a research? Is she a relationship specialist?
She is
not anymore.
Is she
Not a researcher.
successful as far as in her own right? We know nothing about Winter
She's a
besides
pastor. She's
okay,
a pastor.
a pastor. Okay.
Yeah, and
And
she has told everybody if you wanna watch her what do you call it,
interview.
sermons? You can
Sermons.
go on YouTube. Yeah, she has them on YouTube. All right, so
So she's a
there.
pastor that hangs out at the club.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's where you got to go to minister, right? You know what I'm saying? Is that what you got to go?
Her parents, so they know that her parents are ministers.
Well, even that I don't have a problem with because y'all know that Jesus hung with all the robbers and the
Yeah,
murderers and the stealers and whatever. I don't
Yeah.
judge none of that. I
yeah,
don't care what you do in your personal life, okay?
yeah.
Do what you want to do in your personal life, but I don't care if you are in the church or not in the church. You have no place to judge other people. You have
Exactly.
no place to be in a glass house and throw
Mm-hmm.
rocks and think I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to say nothing
Mm-hmm.
about your fucked up
Pass
ass
it.
glass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My
And
whole thing is like,
and
if
I
you
don't know
repping
what her
my
beef
Jesus,
is.
But that's what she wants. She wants to
Yeah.
have a platform where she can go unquestioned, unchecked,
mm-hmm.
and just create and narrate a whole different storyline than what truly exists. And
And you have
Yes,
to
2022
remember
now. That's impossible. It's 2022, baby. It's impossible.
you have to
Exactly.
remember.
But I think it's different to be of the
Nicole
church or in the church and to be a pastor. Like it's not the same thing. So
It's the same thing.
That's a
It's the
a
same
serious point
pastor is
thing.
though.
someone who leads a church. So I held my leaders to a different standard than to
It's the
someone who leads
same
a church.
thing because if you are supposed to be somebody that walks a certain life, your duty is to draw people to what you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be a fisher of men, whether you the pastor, the preacher, the deacon, the usher, the whatever. You supposed to live your life and let the fruits be that.
Right.
You don't have to
You're
tell
not you
people the
don't you're
truth
supposed to
either.
not even have to walk in a room and say I'm a Christian or I'm a Buddhist
Exactly.
or I'm a this or I'm a that. People supposed to look at you and be able to say, "Oh, she has an aura about herself," or whatever. The people who have to put titles on themselves are definitely not what they claim to be.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people I'll let you tell it. I'm not going to tell you. I will let you tell me. Period. You will
Mm-hmm.
know who I am because you will know how I'm walking. Like you can't if you repping my Jesus, I'm gonna need you to
Mm-hmm.
have the grace of Christ. Like you gonna need to be graceful. You can't be out here pointing at oh and he was cheating and
Standing
how come
grace.
you have this to say and that to say and no,
There you go.
that's not how it's done.
Extending grace every day. Extending grace. But you also have to remember, she was introduced to us. The first episode shared everything about herself. She has nothing left to tell us. So now she's gonna have to be messy the whole time.
She ain't tell us about herself. She told us about her first two husbands.
you know
That's
what?
all she has.
That's her storyline, right?
That's it.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
Nicole, I feel like I'm in church. But wait, hold on, Nicole, can she hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole,
Yes.
I said I feel like I'm in church. You know, I want to hear when I think of His goodness. You know, I just want to break out. Come on, when I think of His goodness,
Okay.
what He done for me? Come on.
I don't know that.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The classic one. Oh my God! So this is one. I've got to put it on.
That's right, Rivka. The devil.
But I
played
got
a
something to say
That's like
though. I got something to say though.
dance. Really? All night?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. Church moment.
I got
Go.
something to say though.
Say it.
Like, regardless of what she is, right? Her religion, most religions have an end game, right? Some type of judgment, or you got to answer for what you do or whatever. So she need to just stop playing the games that she's playing. Because at the end of the day, she's gonna have to answer for it. So you're really playing a really sticky game with this church shit.
She's a pastor who don't know how to vet and listen. Oh, she saw the bag. She saw the bag. And that once she realized the bag is not a bag anymore, she was like, I'm done. I'm gone. Bye.
And you're right. I got two comments to make. I'll never forget one time when I was married. I went into one of the churches with my husband at the time, and I just remember the pastor was like talking about, there's haters and they don't like And it was like, for me, that was just so distasteful because he was talking about other people talking about him and hating on him. And I was like, how is this a sermon? Because you're just disagreeing with other people that, like people on your board and, however the structure was.
I
And
mean,
I
but
just,
the walk
and
is being hated on. Like, don't nobody want you to come in and be like, "Yo, Jesus wouldn't be doing that." And that's the walk. The walk
that's
is to be hated on. So why
right.
is that
But you're,
sermon?
but you're complaining about it because these people are questioning some of your moves, etc. And I was like, I ain't never come to this church again. Like, I was like, I would never sit. Me and my kids will never come here again. Like, because I felt like the sermon was so negative. And I mean, y'all bear with me because y'all know I'm a little Catholic over here. But I go to both churches just because, I like, that's what I need for me. I, balance with everything. But well, that's how I get my balance. But I was just like, it was so negative. It was so off-putting. And so every time I hear Winter speak, that's what I hear, negativity, and it's so off-putting. And it's like rubs me all the way wrong. Like all the way wrong. I just my other point, I forgot what the hell I was about to say. Sorry. It was something one of y'all said.
Hey, I'm gonna say real
Come
quick.
back to me. I was agreeing with either E or Goody, and I can't remember what y'all said at the time. I'll be back.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but when E Nicole and Erica was talking about the church, I really wanted them to get into it, not get into it that way. I really wanted to hear their opinion, but I want to real quick. I wanted to say shout out to Dina, who is alive in about 25 minutes. Her new show called Word on the Street. So everybody's in the chat right now. I need you to go over a link I just dropped in the chat. Please do me a favor and go hit the reminder bell. Subscribe if you have not, which I don't know why you haven't, and be prepared for some new things, other things. So anyway, I did want to hear in the comments. I don't know why I feel like it's going to get heavy.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I'm waiting.
Because Erica stopped, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" I felt a moment pass. I had to go back. What would you gonna say, Erica? It's really cool. It's safe right here. What are you gonna say?
Um, like, do I remember? No, I think we were just. To me, I was just making the point that I think where Ian and Cole and I were differing is that to me, I do think that pastors are different. The same way the police are different. Like to me, if you hold yourself out into certain positions, then you have to have higher standards for yourself, and or you should, or we should expect more of them because they're leading us as opposed to just being a great Christian or whatever. And to me, I feel like she is just like, I can't even say, why would you call yourself a pastor? Just say you go to church or whatever. Like that's doing too much because everything you've shown us on the show so far is like almost the exact opposite of what you're claiming to be, basically.
I can understand the concept that you're saying. However, we're all humans. We all on the same level, right? And there's no sin greater than the next. Everybody has the capability to either be a leader or a follower. It's just up to you which hat you want to wear for that day, right? So the pastor is not held to a certain standard by God. He's held to a higher standard by humans. Because at the end of the day, he or she is still a human. We all make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with making mistakes. You pick yourself back up and you keep it moving. My problem with Winter, though, is that she's not transparent. Just be transparent. You can help so many more people by saying, this happened to me. I made a mistake. All right, I made the wrong choice. This was the consequence, and I know I don't want to go down that street no more. You know how many people you can help by doing that? Besides, okay, example,
But that's only if you're
somebody
looking to
who
help
smoked
somebody. I
100
don't see Winter
Newports
looking
a
to help
day,
somebody.
and now they don't smoke Newports, and now I'm about to look down at you because you smoke. No, just say how you overcame smoking, and if they want to listen to your advice, okay, but don't condemn somebody because you got past a certain point in your life. And the bad thing about it is she's not even past a certain point in her life because she on the show every week acting a fool.
Petty as hell.
Ooh, this is ghetto.
And I think it's just personal to
Come on,
me.
Leo,
Preaching.
wait.
I think it's just personal to me because it's a lot of people who have a lot of stigmas on pastors and preachers and stuff. And I'm a preacher's daughter, two preachers' granddaughter on both sides, uncles, cousins, all that. We got two sides to our family, yes. And I didn't get along with my daddy because when you're a kid, you just feel like he don't let me do nothing. I hate him, blah, 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 blah. And I used to search for things to be like,
Oh,
you're not perfect. You can't tell me this, you can't tell me that. And I am good and grown in my 30s. And I have never heard my daddy say a cuss word. I have never heard my daddy go off on my mama. Like they done had arguments and stuff like that. But he actually practices what he preaches. And even though it's hard, it's doable. So if you want to put this image out of who you are, then do that. And if not, be prepared for somebody to call you out on it.
Okay.
Goody. You usually be like my timekeeping on these things. Have we skipped anything in this episode? I know most of the meat potatoes was the
No,
KA toxic.
I think we covered everything.
Well, I tell you,
Yes.
I didn't
Me
like her
too.
Go ahead. Say
Oh Lord. Gonna
I
say a
first
break.
break. First break.
I didn't like her. I don't like the way she continues to look down at the other ladies, Arena and Ashley specifically, and continue to call them ghetto and ratchet. Like again, that's coded language. Like you're better than people.
Yes.
I hate
And
so much.
I don't like when people do that to black women, especially other
Oh
black
yeah, the
women.
R word. Yes.
Like you're above them and just ghetto, just ratchet.
I just need more of her story to justify this elitism that she's walking with. I need more of her story because
Well, what
surely
we 4 episodes
It's
in.
not there. Be
Well,
serious.
or
Do you think if she
or
had that part of the story that she would be hiding it? She would be so happy to tell that part of the story. It doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
so wait,
well
It
is
don't.
her mama a pastor or something? Like what
on that
was
on that
No,
interview
because her mama signing her off to scammers.
on that interview, I recommend everyone to watch. She talked a hell of a lot about money, and every 5 seconds, yeah, because I make good money from it. Which let me go back to saying that she did say that she was a relationship therapist, but now on the
She
interview,
did.
she's like, "Oh, I stopped doing that years
Kamisha, you
ago.
crazy.
I stopped doing that years ago. I stopped doing that years ago." And then she was like, "Well, he was showing me hundreds of thousands of dollars in his bank account, but
And
I didn't know he had doctored them. So he doctored them on site. If you randomly ask somebody what you got in your bank account and you see their bank account, don't nobody have no bank statements no more. They gonna
also
pull up their app and show you what they got. When you ask him for
you can't doctor no app.
baby, it was just so much going on.
and
But
it's
they
like what are
laughed.
you asking about? Like you ain't asking the right questions if you worried about what's in his bank account because what's the content of your character? What your character holding on to?
You asked about what's in the bank account, but not what's in that basement.
Ooh,
The
that's
But
booger
ghetto.
but
booger
then
business.
she went on to clarify that wait, when she described the basement on the interview, it sounded like a nice luxury basement. You got his
Really
son
did.
had a
It really
room,
did.
it had a nice living room, it had all this stuff. So I'm like,
And the extra the boy. I was like, wait, the boy had his own room.
But my whole thing, my thing is this: you you making it now. I can't wait. Listen, I can't wait for Kevin to come up on an episode because as
Me too.
we seen a preview of, we did when we seen the preview of the season, and he showed up to that dinner that looked like he was at Monique house again. She kept just hosting these messy dinners, but she was very upset. So you created this. I said this. I said it last week with Maud. I said, like when you with your siblings, and the first person who tell the other person is in trouble. That is how this situation. This is how this situation is. She has created this narrative of he is a scammer. He's doing this. He's doing that. But now you in the same room with this man that you've created a narrative of because he wasn't there to defend himself.
Right. He hasn't been.
And everybody that you've told this narrative to can now listen to his side of the story and figure it out. My mama always say there's three sides to the story: yours, his, and the truth. And it's up to us to figure out what it is figure out the median.
Mm-hmm.
Now you upset.
You're still
I
never
feel like whenever this
anyway.
episode comes, you are upset because now you can't spin the narrative that you've already been spinning. Now everybody can now get his side of the story because she was very defensive when Chris went to dinner with Kevin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which it wasn't her place. It wasn't her place. But she
Yeah.
said on that interview, "Oh well, I just want to clear because he asked me if he could go. No, he didn't. You said
And
he
so
asked you. You said he asked you if he could go to dinner with Chris and Kevin.
On the
Then
interview,
you
she said that
said he let you know that he was having dinner with him. So which one is you just contradicted yourself it within a sentence?
let me listen. Listen, my thing is this: we all adults. I don't have to explain a goddamn thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you making it seem like this man lived. First of
Right.
all, you
Too.
making
I
this
agree.
man, you making it seem like this man lived in the basement in goddamn Stafford, Virginia, 45 minutes outside the city. This nigga live in Georgetown. Them houses going for 1.2 minimum. So you don't know if
That's what a
if his
basement is?
if it's his house
Mm.
and his parents live upstairs because it's more convenient for them because they're older and he decides to reside in the basement because the Georgetown basements have private entrances and you ain't got to trample through the front door at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning if you out in these DC streets, first of all. And then and you so my thing is you created a narrative, oh well he lived with his parents. But if my name on this deed, no, my parents live with me, but my parents have the top of the house because it's more comfortable for them. So if you're saying these things but leaving out important details to continue to spin this narrative, then just say that. Because when he pulled up his bank account and you can see the commas in what comes with that, it was all good when y'all was together. And y'all can stop me when I'm lying because now all of a sudden, I got this text message. Where is this text message? I need a screenshot of this text message. You want to throw shade at everybody, and I don't want to be here with little kids, and I put my good heels on, and da 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 da. Where is this? Where is this marriage breaking text message?
Mm. She's gonna be answering that in the coming episode.
Yeah.
Isn't she there? Isn't she in the dinner that
So
she
I can't
invited
wait.
Chris? Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
well, in the upcoming episode, they going
Yeah.
to sex therapy. She ain't there because she ain't got no couple. She ain't got no man to go with.
No, but then
So,
there's a sit down
Oh,
though, no? With Chris. With Quick.
well, no, it's
What's
a
his name?
sit down with Ashley and Monique. So
Oh.
my thing is this: where's this marriage breaking text message? And you, because she had mentioned that he lives in Georgetown. Georgetown is not cheap.
Mm.
Georgetown Georgetown is nowhere near
well, I mean,
cheap.
I think you prove your point. I just think you prove your point. Winter's just not holding anybody and mostly herself accountable. She's not
Mm.
holding herself
And
accountable because how in the
I
world do you
am
marry somebody that you talk shit about? It's
you made a bad
crazy.
decision. So the fuck what? You made a bad decision. Oh
Exactly.
well.
Accept it.
Listen,
Yeah.
everybody make bad
A
decisions
lot of
every
us
day.
make bad decisions, except the L. Except the L. Yeah,
What
except
a
the L.
tangle web
Yeah.
she leaves because half her head is missing weave.
Oh, but you
Oh
know what?
no.
But you know what, Sheila? But
Oh
you know what,
no.
Sheila? Here's the thing. Part of being a human and going through life and living and learning is that sometimes, like what we think is an L is L as in learning, not as in losing.
Exactly.
Like we
Okay.
all got something to contribute and we can all help each other out. But
Yes.
she's trying to move like, oh, the L's that she takes, they're not hers. The experiences she has, they're not hers. The mistakes that she made ain't hers because she looks in things like let me win against people and not like in life. Like her value system is skewed. Like
Okay.
what she's trying to win against is she's trying to be one up on the other ladies and not just a leg up in life. And
There it
that's my
is.
problem with her.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, you know what? And she need a big slice of humble pie.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
She need a big slice of humble
Oh,
pie.
it's coming. It's
That's
definitely coming.
that's it. She needs a big slice of humble pie, and I say that because listen, you wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You had to. Well, I ain't even. I really don't want to say this, but oh well. You finessed your way into sleeping with to marrying an NFL player. You just happen to know Monique, and she happened to introduce you to Chris's friend, and then you happen to get married, have 3 kids with him. However you got that man, it's probably how you lost him.
Mm.
Wow.
And you have a listen. History always repeats itself. So you married this NFL player very quickly and popped out kids with him and X, Y, and Z, and you lived and y'all was married for a time. But he already had another family. He already had and he had another wife.
Is that true?
Yes, he had a baby outside of. He had 2 babies outside of their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but he was married before she married him?
Oh, now I don't know that, but he already got another wife, and he had 2 babies outside of their marriage.
Because she said they're cool now.
Oh,
She
wow.
said they're all cool and all is forgiven.
Okay, they wasn't cool when 2 babies was coming.
In
Ouch.
her defense, and if I can defend her one time, in her defense, she was explaining that was 15 years ago, and she worked through it in their own co-parent.
Okay, then. So is she bringing up stuff about Quick and Jamie that could have happened years ago as well?
But and that's my whole thing.
Oh.
Listen, when you are in night, if that's the case, I mean we all know that I'm not married, but I am in a relationship. So if that's the case, when I was a bottle girl.
Mm-hmm.
Working in the nightclubs, and I'm getting off at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm leaving from where I'm at. I'm working, and I get home at 6:30 in the morning, but I may have fell asleep in the car in the garage downstairs. I'm sleeping with somebody in the garage. No, but I'm also going to take this from personal experience. I know that with my boyfriend, yeah, okay, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z, and then I'm gonna head your way. But if that nigga sit on the couch for 20 seconds, it's over. So yeah, you can easily fall asleep at the light because I didn't watched him do it. I've witnessed it. I've seen it. So yeah, you can eat, especially when you've been out all night. Hell, I done work 10 hours. Yeah, I gotta go to so and so's birthday party, and now I gotta drive home. Yeah, I fell asleep at the light. That happened.
That's my.
She has
I never
heavy
felt bad.
claims. She has
I've
heavy.
fallen asleep driving home.
Yes.
Driving home from work after working 14 hours, doing a live and 2 interviews in 2 days in a row. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some moments where I was like, "Ooh, I can go down." It's been some scary stuff that happened.
Yes,
And it's a known fact driving sleepy is worse than driving drunk.
Exactly. Listen,
But she was
It really is.
associating. She was putting drugs into that sentence, right?
that,
So
you know,
heavy.
so yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then
She
and
added
then
alcohol into it, and they didn't say it was alcohol. They said it was late.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I'm saying is if you're sleepy, you fall asleep faster at the wheel being sleepy than being drunk. So when you're out and you're in charge of a party and you know what I'm saying, and you're running a business and
Right.
you're driving home, it's so
No.
easy to fall asleep.
We agree. I agree with what
Oh,
you said.
okay.
That's not how she
Yeah.
communicated it. Hey y'all, I just real quick before my kids take her. Remember on the show when I said I was gonna get my babies a dog?
You got the doggy. Look it. Come here, Blake.
Oh, ain't she cute? Is it she or he?
Your cousin. Come
It's
on,
a
come on,
she.
Blake.
Oh, ain't she cute?
Come on, Blake. Come look at your cousin.
You
Dina
see?
said she fell asleep in the driveway, honey.
Yeah, listen. I there has been nights where I'm like, okay, what is going on? My boyfriend has flipped his car driving home tired. So I listen, everything that Ashley was saying last week, I'm like, girl, I'm sitting here trying not to cry, but he's looking at me like you already done been through this. Yes, I have.
But she doesn't.
So,
doesn't put
so
it that
you
way.
trying to spin and it's personal for me because I've seen and have to
Right.
deal with what Ashley has dealt with. So, well,
Right.
not getting airlifted. It wasn't that extreme,
Right.
but I've seen what Ashley had to deal with, and it ain't the thing. That's not something that you want to deal with. So for you to spin the narrative, well, oh, he said he fell asleep at the because it happens. It happens every day.
No, you're right.
Well, ladies, I want to say that this has been a good live today, and we're gonna go over to Dina's channel, who will be live here in a minute. I don't want everybody to miss that. So it's her new show, Word on the Street. I need everybody to go over the link. It's in the chat. Go follow her. I put everybody else's channel in the chat as well. Please go follow everybody here. I want to say that as far as this episode, it was, to me, I think for some reason, I think the last episode was a little bit, man. But this episode was really crazy. Because of, not just because of the the beefing with the ladies, but even with the dynamic with Jamie and his wife. So we had a lot of talking points us that we got into today. We got into some deep discussions. And do anybody have any closing thoughts before we roll up out of here today?
I'm
I
excited to see what this sex therapy class is like. That's
Yeah. Also about what's his name? Is his name Quick? Quick.
Yeah,
His
quick.
hand. When they go to the doctor and they say you might be losing your hand. That made me like, oh my gosh. He's a DJ. He needs his hands.
Yeah,
So
something going
I
on.
think he's
That
transitioning
sounds good.
out of being a DJ. Like I feel like he already knows. That's why he's getting the DJ Academy.
Mm.
mm,
Um, Probably
Yeah.
started to promote more parties than DJ the parties. Um, I think that another component that Ashley's not Ashley Winter's not taking into consideration is that Ashley and Quick are in a different phase in their life. They're in the
Exactly.
phase where he has to fall back,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when he goes hard, he's not going hard and dibby dabbing, whatever. He ain't out there playing with the chicks. He really trying to cake all he can because he knows inevitably this can't last much longer. He might have a good 3 or 4 years left in that hand if.
mm,
Yeah. It is looking kind of scary. Hey, high
yeah.
vibe. Um, anybody else got anything to drop? I wanted to also real quick before we get up out of here. Of course, you guys know that I do have an interview coming up. I hope you guys are gonna be here for that on Tuesday. Also, doing some new things on the channel along with the panel and of course collaborating with other people. I'm going to do a talk show that I'm going to actually start doing here live, talking about different topics. I'll get more into it once I get everything, the blueprint, the 100%. But I did kind of wanted you guys to see that, yeah, I'm starting some new things. I'm not sure what time it is. Might be late night. I don't know. But I want you guys to have something to look forward to. And I'll give you more details,
okay. I
you
gotta
know,
go, y'all.
as it comes along. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about that they got coming up?
No.
The kids and I filmed a commercial yesterday. So
Nice.
I'll let y'all know when that'll be airing.
Awesome.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's where I got all of this from.
Really?
Oh,
Oh no.
you got anything coming up, baby?
I'll be on hashtag on everything doing a show coming soon. If um it'll be my spirituality show on the Nicole's channel.
Hmm.
Yes. I can't wait.
Okay.
That's
It's gonna be
Wednesdays at
fun.
7 p.m. Y'all know tonight at 9 o'clock is Tipsy Talk. We also have the locker room with Confessions of a Reality Queen at 6. And then the Love and Marriage DC and the Nightcap panel after that with Confessions also.
So as usual, my ladies, my people are booked and busy. Make sure you guys check out my cousin and my queen, my mentees who are thriving here on the YouTube. Miss Erica, what are you coming up on your channel?
Um, just the regular. I'm doing Real Housewives of Dubai, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm going to be reviewing Seeking Sister Wives and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So,
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
but I have Atlanta and Dubai up
Uh,
now if you want to check those out. And obviously, I'll be doing Atlanta. This episode is airing tonight, tomorrow. So, yeah.
Oh, that's
and if you
nice.
guys don't know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be interviewed by E. Nicole. It's gonna be exclusive. Nobody has ever interviewed community reviews, so she's taking on a lot dealing with me.
And
So you guys
and
stay tuned for
that's
that on her
actually
channel.
not on hashtag on everything. That's on the E Nicole on YouTube. So yes, I
Yeah,
can't wait to interview you.
you got to humanize her, make her
Mhm.
human.
But also give us the juicy, juicy tea. So, get it, girl.
Yes,
Mm.
we don't have to worry
Oh,
about with that with Kamisha because she doesn't play both sides.
I do not. I do not. Yes. So a lot of things coming up, and I want you guys to enjoy the content. It's great. It's good. You get different things going on. You can enjoy so much. So y'all just check us out. I will of course have the description of the channels and everything else. Instagram's in description once live drops. Y'all please go over to Dina, aka Christina's channel. Go get ready, or she's not live now. A few of us may be joining her in a moment. So what do I always say, Goody? The last time you kind of fumbled a little bit there. So what do I always say, Goody?
Yeah. Close the door.
There we go. Hey,
All right, y'all. This was a blast. I am sleepy.
hold on, hold on.